So let's ruffle your feathers a little bit. Yeah. There are photographers out there that are less talented than you, earning more money than they should be. And I'm not saying because they are less qualified, but I want that to be a jab at you. I want you to let this fact sink in. You're like, okay, so it's not about skills, it's not about having the best camera. Then what is it, Jordan? We're floating around all this idea. It's about having the confidence and being able to have the right conversation. Oh, here, I already made the slide. How, why, Jordan? It's about having the right conversation with your clients. If you were having a conversation about pixels and resolution and f-stops and ISO, it's not going to translate well. And then you're going to sit back and be confused as to why I can't sell video projects, why I can't sell this photo project, why I can't get hired by this ad agency to be their go-to photographer, their first vendor on the list. And you're going to wonder, well, the reason is because you haven't been able to translate the work you do. And this can be testimonials, this can be social proof, this can be case studies, this can be what you put on your website, the work that you do. I want you to start, you no longer have the excuse. You have to start asking the questions, what are the business results from the work that I've been doing? And you need to go back. If you have old clients, and it's a little bit harder with wedding photographers, but because some of that is a little bit more emotional, because I would consider that more like a B2C. But if you're in a B2B setting, I want you guys to go back, ask the clients what actually happened. How much site traffic did you get from this project that we worked on? Did this help your social media? Did your engagement go up? I want you to start looking back, finding those stats and tracking those stats, and start thinking about how you could have done better on a project, how you could have translated the work that you did, translate the value to your clients so that when you're sitting across the table from them, you're having the right conversation, talking about the project, talking about business outcomes in the language that they understand. Don't act like your art professor. Don't act like this, highty-tighty, art student who thinks they're so full of themselves and they understand composition and rule of thirds and golden triangles and spirals and all that stuff. I don't want you to be that person anymore, because that's going to hold you back. It's great to know that stuff. Know that stuff, get better at your craft, understand the fundamentals, understand the rules of art and composition and design, understand all of those things, but I don't want you talking about that kind of shit with your clients. It's not going to translate in a way that's effective to them, that's going to move the conversation forward and make them believe that you're trying to make them to believe that you're a confident photographer and that you can do the job. And when you're hiding behind jargon, when you're hiding behind the art stuff, it shows your insecurity kind of bleeds through a little bit. And the truths that we talked about at the very, very beginning of this whole thing, that you are what you purchase, and if you feel like you're confident in the room, then you are. That's the core nugget of everything. I want you to figure out how you can translate your value, because when you can translate that, that's when you can start to raise your prices, and that's when you can start to say, I'm worth more. I'm not just worth $2,000, I'm worth $5,000. You know what? Actually, because this project that we're about to do, and I was able to help my last client earn $100,000 per month, $100,000 per month, that's $1.2 million a year. If I was able to do that with a client, I think for this project, we might be able to get, maybe we don't have the same size budget, but I think we can earn you an extra $25,000 per month from this project. And what I'm thinking, I only want to take about 10% of that. If I took 10% of that from 1 month's earnings, that's $2,500. Let's do $2,500 for this project, and that's how we're going to move forward. Because I believe that the work that we do, and if everything lines up, I think we can earn you an extra $25,000 per month. And that's the conversations you have with your clients. You make them see the value of your work and how it translates to their business.